It is a huge jump to fully commit to that home gym life.
This is the way.
But here's the real question. Do you need leg machines to make that quantum leap? The No Fade channel, checking in. Jonathan here. And when it comes to drinking that home gym Kool-Aid, the biggest issue isn't missing that sauna at your local gym. It's those big, beautiful leg machines that we all love. You know, the ones that let you hit max weight, high volume, supersets, drop sets, and even regret sets that make stairs your mortal enemy for the next 3 days. Sure, squats are king. They are a low-cost leg day staple. They're effective, they build mass, but do you want to be doing East German volume training forever? Let's face it, that gets boring real fast, and your central nervous system pays the price. The real debate gets boiled down to, are leg machines a smart addition for your home gym, or are they just expensive nostalgia? We are using the brand new Mikolo TAWERET leg developer for today's discussion. Now, they teamed up with GMWD for this collaboration, and I will tell you that both companies have been dropping some really good products in late 2025 and here in 2026. They do a good job marrying cost to performance, and this is one of those cases where this thing delivers. This Quadzilla is compact, plate-loaded, budget-friendly, and it promises quad isolation and hamstring mayhem without that commercial price tag. When it comes to space in your home gym, it's at an absolute premium, and this thing is compact, 40 inches deep and 25 inches wide. It does leg extensions and leg curls with a quick pop of a pin.
That was easy.
When it comes to many, and I do mean many, leg developer combos like this one, you tend to get horrible resistance curve, meaning you're going to get a ton of weight when you start, and then usually at the top range of your rep, that weight just kind of falls off. In those cases, you oftentimes have to add bands and some type of fugazi setup in order to make sure that you're feeling close, not exact, but close to what you would feel at your local gym. Well, Makolo does two things right. They use a cable here to connect the weight, and they use a cam, which means when you're going through the motion of leg extensions and leg curls, you don't get that massive drop off. It feels very, very smooth and very, very even. Let's talk about the number one factor that you use when buying any piece of home gym equipment, and that's cost. This thing comes in at like $400. I got a coupon code, I got links in the description, I got all that stuff. But as it stands, $400 retail, that's a really low price for a leg developer these days that have any sense of quality. Keep in mind, we're seeing attachments that you would put to an adjustable bench coming in well over that price tag. And if you go with like a commercial grade machine, you're looking at upwards of like $2K at the bottom and going nowhere but up. This thing, $400, is a really good deal, even though it's hard to say that $400 is budget. Now, when you do go budget, you tend to get some sacrifices. And one thing that Makolo did not sacrifice on is this pad, both at the bottom where you put your bum, as well as your back, and at your feet. It is nice and dense, it is comfortable, and it has a nice groove pattern that gives you good traction, good grip. Now, on many companies' web pages, when it comes to these leg machines, you go on there and they'll tell you it's going to fit everyone from 4'5" all the way up to 6'9", and that's never ever the case. I, for reference, am 6'1", or at least I was when I was in my 20s. So I'm going to tell you, for me, this thing fits me perfectly. My knee is right where I want it to be on the leg extension and on the leg curl. I feel really good with where it lines up on the back of my calves. Now, I do have long legs, but if you happen to be taller than 6'2", I think this thing is going to be a no-fly zone.
Negative, Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
Especially on the leg extensions, because your feet are going to be clipping the bottom bar that's down there. For me at 6'1", it wasn't an issue. I was able to get this thing locked in really well, and it felt great. But I know if you've got an extra couple of inches, it's probably going to be a problem. The good news is, if you are on the shorter side, you can still get this thing dialed in perfectly. You can adjust this backrest forward and back, and you have two different adjustments, one here at the cam and one at the bottom of your feet, so that you really can get a precise lock on what feels good for you.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up.
If you appreciate honest reviews that don't try to blow smoke where the sun don't shine, then do me a solid and use the affiliate links in the description. I get links down there for everything. Whether you want to buy this Makolo, or you want to buy pre-workout, other gym equipment, or discounted toilet paper. And make sure when you use those links that you let the bad guy know so that I can send you a small token of my appreciation. Now, one of the things we love to do at a local gym is supersets. You go from a leg extension to a leg curl and back again in no time. And the conversion on this is exceptionally quick. It's literally just a pop pin, and then you just have to adjust the feet and you are off to the races. But who cares about all that? We want to know how it feels to actually use this bad boy, because we know when you go budget, you got to make some sacrifices. And when it came to leg curls, it felt real comfortable. What's nice about this is you get a little bit of an arc, right? So your bottom half's down here, your top half's up here, you've got nice handles over here, and your back is almost in a non-compromised position. On some of the budget leg developers, you don't have this, and you really almost kind of twerk your back, especially when you're going heavy. This was nice, it felt good, it felt comfortable, and the pad, again, as I already mentioned, has a lot of grip.
You've got mail.
Now, one of the reasons you can change this from a lying leg curl to a leg extension is the design. There's a pivot right here where my hand is that allows you to kind of do this very, very quickly and effectively. The only caveat to that is sometimes you've got to make compromises, and having the ability to quickly change out from leg extension to leg curl means that when you're doing the leg extension, you've got to almost pull out the slack. If you've ever done a heavy deadlift, you know you've got to pull out the slack from the bar before you can do your first set. And it's the same thing on here. When you sit down, you're gonna have to kind of push back and pull out that slack. Once you do that, you're off to the races and you don't notice it, but you can see you've got to make sure you pull out that slack. It's just something you're going to notice like every time you do a leg extension on the first rep, but it's not that big of a deal, and certainly not a deal breaker. When it comes to leg extensions, the positioning of the pad on your ankles is good. It pulls your legs pretty far back so that you get a nice stretch on your quads, and you get a beautiful tension throughout the full range of motion. But there's a bar like underneath where my legs are. And in order to get both of your legs back and locked in a perfect position, you have to start off with this little lever up here a little bit higher, and then you bring it back. Otherwise, you really can't sneak your feet behind that front pad because of the way that that bar is set up. Not a big deal, but if I don't tell you about it, you're gonna be killing me in the comments. Now, another thing when it comes to leg developers is max weight. This thing has a max weight, I'll put it up here, I think 400 pounds. And that doesn't mean anything, because when it comes to these leg developers, it's all about the resistance, what you feel when you're doing this. I've been on some where you put 2 plates on and it feels like super heavy. And I've been on others where you can put 4 plates on and it feels like nothing. This one will hold 5, 6 plates easily, even more if you have thinner plates. I was able to put 4.5 plates on the leg extension and get reps of 8. So this kind of is on the side where you're gonna have to add more plates, and make sure that you do have thinner plates, or at least not those ultra thick budget bumper plates. If you have the money and the space, then 100% absolutely rock leg machines. They add versatility and functionality that many times you're just not going to get with free weights. And in some cases, they are the only way to specifically isolate some leg muscles. This Makolo leg developer is a great deal at $400, especially when you consider some adjustable bench leg developer attachments come in well over that price tag. If I could only buy one leg machine from my home gym, I would absolutely go with the leg developer over a leg press. Not only does it take up less space, it costs less money, and I think functionally you are much better off squatting heavy and then going to volume Valhalla with the leg developer. Do you need leg machines in your home gym? The short answer, Nope. You can get fantastic workouts with the equipment you have if you're willing to put in the time to do the research and create your own programming that specifically hits legs in a varied way with the equipment that you have. With free weights, you can do it all. Front squat, back squat, you can do lunges, you can do reverse lunges, you can do Bulgarian split squats if you happen to just hate your life choices, you can do box step-ups. There's a host of different exercises, even sumo deadlifts if you like to cheat. Leg machines are just a luxury, but not a necessity. Now, something that is a necessity, you watching these 2 videos. Also hit the like button, the subscribe button, and of course, use the links in the description. Most importantly, as you know, don't save anything for the trip back.